Cool. Okay, let's get going. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for the Spark Hackathon final and prize giving. We've been going on for a number of weeks and months, and here we are. Zoom has not taken us down as it did last week, so everything is fine and dandy. So I'm going to very briefly, because we want to get on to the pitches and the prizes, just give you an overview of what's been happening in the Spark University Hackathon. And the first thing to say is that who are Encode? We're the organisers. We're a university and hacker blockchain developer community, and we organise hackathons, pre-accelerators and events to help early stage blockchain projects come to fruition and to help students get involved in blockchain across many universities. And we have a nice slide, a nice infographic of all the great things we do. But moving smoothly on to the hack. So this has been going on through the summer. It's our first summer hackathon, our third hackathon in total. And our hackathons have always been slightly long, 8 weeks. Not because we would expect people necessarily to build for 8 weeks, but to give people enough time to think, to build, and to really engage with our fantastic sponsors and blockchain technology. Of course, now most hackathons are long-term hackathons or multiple weeks, but I'd like to think we were the first or one of the first to do it, and really encourage also people to build startups, to build proper, fully fledged projects. But we're different. We aim at university developers principally. Also, we obviously allow any hacker to join, but from the word go, we've aimed at university developers, and we either let them, as I say, build their own project or answer a sponsor challenge, and onto our very good sponsors. It goes without saying the hackathon cannot happen without them, and not only their fantastic prizes, their fantastic challenges, but a lot of people come into this hackathon completely green to blockchain, and their support and help and advice to all these students and hackers is invaluable. So thank you to Arve, to Filecoin, to NewCipher, to Luno, and to LivePeer for all your efforts and support. We really couldn't have done it without you. And for participants here, obviously we have a kind of split crowd. We have both the finalists who are pitching for our wonderful top prizes of £3,000, £1,500 and £500. But we also have the sponsor prizes that we'll be announcing today, and those will be announced after the pitches. So after the pitches from the finalists, the judges will go away to do their deliberations about who has won, and at that time we will bring the sponsors up, and they will be announcing their winners. A quick word on how this hackathon has done compared to other hackathons, and I think online has very much helped us. It's allowed us to attract many more people, and the concept so lends itself very well. So compared to our first two, this is our highest in terms of people participating. It's our highest in terms of teams. It's our highest in terms of unis, in terms of researchers. And we're very pleased, and we hope that our next one, which is in October, is going to be even bigger and be our absolute biggest to date. Quick word on what happens. As I say, we try and not just let this be the end point when hackers finish. We try and do several things afterwards. So we have our clubs concept, which are our pre-accelerators. The Algorand one, sponsor our last hackathon, is starting next week. And we also have Project Raise. I know a few projects in the hackathon final are raising as we speak. From our last hackathon, Reflexer Labs came third. They just raised 1.7 million. And we also like to think that, and have seen a number of people in our previous hackathons go on to work in blockchain for blockchain projects and use the hackathon as part of their portfolio. So many things happening over the next 3 weeks and months. These are our wonderful finalists. These are plus a selection of one person from each. But the most impressive thing is that we have representation, I think, from 4 continents, maybe even 5, from countries around the world, a fantastic number of researchers, smart students, and I'm extremely pleased with the caliber and breadth of hackers we have this year. So how does this work? So for the finalists, you'll have 3 minutes to pitch. There will be 2 minutes for judges' questions. We hope we run to time because we have 12 of you. And after the pitches, as I say, judges go away to decide their winners. Here's the schedule. Hopefully we'll be over with pitches in an hour. Then judging and bounty prizes will be awarded, and then the top 3 will be crowned, and then we can all go about our evenings and days. I want to say a word about our fantastic judges today. again, we're relying on their insight and expertise, no pressure, to make sure we pick the best winners. But first, Dr. Kari is a senior scientist at ETH Zurich, and impressively winner of our last hackathon with Snaffy Lab. So we really have gone full circle. Peter is co-founder of Metacartel Ventures, who are doing some fantastic investing. They actually led the round for Reflexer Labs. And he will be adding some investor insights to the panel. Anton from 1inch, who is going to provide, I guess, the startup founder approach or insight to what we're doing. And then we have Roderick, managing partner at Lemnis Cap, who again investor insights and experience. And lastly, Tom Schmidt, partner at Dragonfly, again investor insights. Also, he was part of core part of the team at 0x. That's a little bit of founder insight there. So we're relying on all of you to make some fantastic judgments. So without further delay, I want to go on to our finalists. And the first one, see if I can make that bold as we go into this, is Bison. It's by Marios. It's a PhD at UCL. And Dame, if you could, we now need to do some bumping up for Zoom webinar speak. So we're looking for Marios. He's got his hand raised. Dame, could you please promote him, please? And we will get on to his pitch. Awesome. Oh, look at that background. I can tell the Wi-Fi is going to be outstanding. Do you want to, when you're ready, share your screen?
I think, hello everybody. I think it should be working, right?
Yes. Apart from an echo.
Okay, let's kick off the evening. So I'm excited to introduce BitTorrent, a peer-to-peer overlay network for anonymous routing and storage. BitTorrent is a joint research project between the University of Waterloo in Canada and University College London in the UK, in the context of the Open Technology Fund Fellowship in Information Controls. Our goal is to build a web that respects user freedoms. And in order to do that, we provide peer-to-peer applications with a scalable, anonymous overlay to interconnect their applications. So the way we think about decentralized applications today is as independent islands. Our approach is to leverage the existing long-lived connections with trusted peers and to mix user traffic in ways that an adversary cannot know who was the originator of the request. Furthermore, we employ techniques such as encrypted content replication to serve as cover traffic and therefore hide metadata about user activity. With this setup, we can imagine decentralized anonymous applications for group messaging, social media, file sharing, and similar use cases. Now let's take a look at the demo and the proof of concept demo. The BitTorrent reference implementation is released as a BitTorrent extension. We've developed BitTorrent over WebTorrent and integrated the noisy library compiled to WebAssembly so that everything can run on the browser. For this demonstration, I'm running another BitTorrent client on my mobile phone. As we start the demo, BitTorrent will generate a cryptographic key pair and derive an identity. This is the identity of the node running locally here. And I'm also starting the node on my mobile phone. And as you can see, the node will query the decentralized BitTorrent peer discovery mechanism in order to find other nodes who are running the BitTorrent Untitled demo. Once they connect, they will first exchange some messages to prove that they both know the secret that corresponds to this swarm. And then they will also exchange some messages in order to establish an end-to-end encrypted communication channel. From now on, we can, specifically for this demo, demonstrate how messages get exchanged by clicking on the circle that corresponds to the other node, and this will send a ping message and update the color in both browsers. So we are planning to release BitTorrent as a transport module for libp2p. In this way, users of decentralized applications like Ethereum, IPFS, and LivePeer can participate in the anonymous BitTorrent overlay over their existing connections. Okay. Moving on, what might be of particular interest for the Spark Hackathon participants is the way we construct the BitTorrent overlay over BitTorrent swarms, which might also find applications in sharding blockchain networks. At first, we define the BitTorrent address space as a two-dimensional plane that we fold into a torus, and that looks like the donut on the left side of the slide. This address space is used both for user identities and for file records. We then consecutively split the address space as it appears on the tree-like structure on the right side of the slide, and represented with sprinkles on the address space donut. Routing across remote overlay areas follows the content addressable network protocol. To achieve that, we map each of the partitions to an overloaded content addressable network zone and consecutively map each zone to a BitTorrent swarm. Users connect to swarms that match a prefix of their BitTorrent address, as you can see on the right side of the slide, depending on their available resources. The overlay can scale as users connect to swarms matching blogger address prefixes, and furthermore, direct connections to friends across remote areas of the address space will improve BitTorrent performance. To summarize our approach for decentralized anonymous networking, BitTorrent provides flexible bottom-up trust models that are available across the network stack. It can support both routing and storage so as to cover the needs of any peer-to-peer application. Moreover, we devise an efficient routing mechanism that interconnects BitTorrent swarms and can scale as new nodes join the network. And finally, we propose a mixing strategy for plausible deniability that leverages social trust in order to defend against malicious nodes. We hope to have you on board with a BitTorrent mission to build community networks, evade information controls, and cross protocol boundaries. So please get in contact for feedback, or if you would like to integrate BitTorrent into your application. Thank you very much.
Great. Maris, you might mute your microphone while I'm talking. There's a bit of feedback. So let's get to judges' questions. Judges, do you have any questions for Marios? Judges, any questions? Good. Okay. Let's obviously very straightforward. Let's move. Or less, I don't hand up there. Cool. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go on to team blockchain inclusive, who are quite an international team from the University of Colorado, Washington, and they are going to tell us about their solution now. So over to you guys.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey everyone, my name is Ferry. I'm a user research and co-developer for our team Blockchain Inclusive. We are an international team based in the US and the UK. We have Sean, our lead developer based in Washington State, Shababa, our co-developer based in Georgia, and Tony, our team lead and blockchain architect based in England. We present to you Project TERIAL. Project TERIAL has been built to utilize the Filecoin and IPFS networks to provide data storage and remote query functionality to the TERIAL platform. The platform supports data commercialization by using Web3 with a bias towards MetaMask, the Ethereum blockchain, and the ETH. Our platform also supports data collateralization and DeFi borrowing through our network. We help data owners share their data with data subscribers. Subscribers have the convenience of crypto payments and API or dashboard data access, and data owners can not only sell access to their data, but can also collateralize and borrow against their data. The challenges we seek to address are the high cost of raw data storage, which averages about $1 million per petabyte per year, the low utilization of archive data that companies face, and the high surfacing cost and risk associated with building and provisioning APIs. Now, I'll hand over to Sean to take you through the live demo.
For data owners, we provide file upload to Filecoin, product creation, and loan creation through auth. We have implemented a set of Python APIs and a Flask web service based on Textile's PowerGate gRPC API. The journey begins by uploading a file. You have to enable MetaMask first at the main dashboard. At the main dashboard, you can see the latest file uploads and their expiration dates. To see all your uploads or search for a certain upload, go to the Upload dashboard. Click Create New Filecoin Upload. Choose the file name, the file expiration date, keyword, description, and your local file to be uploaded. After your file is successfully uploaded, you can see your new file at the main dashboard. Our data owners then need to create data subscription products, which are registered on the Ethereum blockchain. Once created, the products are published to our subscriber side. On our subscriber side, A user pays to subscribe to a certain product using ETH. During the subscription period, the user can conduct remote queries, and query results are reusable. The payments are sent to the TERIAL smart contract framework on the Ethereum blockchain and held until the end of the subscription to manage any refunds. Once a product has subscribers, we enable a data owner to borrow against the product using the DeFi provided by the Auth network. To create a loan, go to the loan dashboard. Click Create New Loan and fill in the dates, the borrow amount, the interest type, the payment type, and hit Next. Connect MetaMask to receive a payment address. After you create a loan, your new loan will be shown on the loan dashboard. You can view details, repay, or cancel the loans over there. Now Tony will be answering your questions.
Thank you very much, team. Are there any questions from the judges?
Awesome. Yeah, judges, any questions from you?
Yeah, this is super cool, guys. I think we're starting to see more sort of like alternative asset, tokenization, like data. So things is like very useful and very sort of the time. I'm curious how you guys think about like pricing this stuff, because obviously you need to know like the value of the collateral before you place it. Have you thought about sort of creating that market?
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of how our service works, what happens is that we base the amount of collateral that a data owner is going to have based on the extent of the subscription expiry, because what we do is we hold all of the money for the subscription from the subscriber. And then as time goes on, more of that is then legally belonging to the data owner. So if refund is required, we would only return, let's say, about 25%. So that we use that to do our collateralization calculation, and then that's what we use to send to Arv and give them some money back before they actually due it.
Got it.
Any other questions at all? Awesome. Thank you, guys. And
very much.
to our, oh, so I can't remember. Did someone say something there?
No, I just said thank you.
Oh, very good. So now we're going to move on to team Codigo. Dame, could you please upgrade Alex, who has his hand up as well? So Team Codigo are mainly from the University of Edinburgh. They have worked on the Filecoin challenge. Michael is going to be leading the pitch. And yeah, Michael, whenever you're ready, please go ahead. Have we got anyone else that needs to be upgraded or given audio privileges?
I think we have 3 already, Stephen and Alex.
Do you want, I can't see Bernard. Do you want Mabab as well?
I'm not sure if he has already joined.
Okay, let's proceed with you guys. You can answer the question.
Can you all see my screen?
Oh, Chew, so Dama, could you upgrade Chew 0155, and then we'll do that, Michael, while you're talking. So Michael, you can go ahead. We can see your screen.
Hi, everyone. We are Codigo, a team of 5 recent or soon-to-be graduates specializing in the fields of security and the Internet of Things, mostly from the University of Edinburgh. And we've built Codigo Hub, which is the first decentralized IoT portal for open source firmware distribution, collaboration, and IoT device management. In Codigo Hub, users can browse, download, and deploy firmware directly to their devices over the air, while developers are incentivized to contribute firmware with bounties. And we built a unique reputation system that enforces security on the platform using user activity. Let me show you a demo. The landing page is a one-stop shop for all the historical user activity on the platform, such as you can see all the firmware you've contributed, the bounties you've created and claimed, and also firmware downloads you've made. And you can see all your devices and their active status on an interactive map. If you are looking for a firmware update, you can search for it. And you see the source code. You see the contribution details from the developer themselves, plus some community metrics, such as how many users like this contribution, how many have downloaded it, and also what other users think using 3-box comments. If you like it, go ahead and either download it, or you can deploy it directly over the air to the device. Filecoin, Codigo Hub will fetch the device from Filecoin, will fetch the firmware from Filecoin and push it to the device using MQTT, which will flash itself. If you're not sure if you trust a developer, you can check their 3-box profile. We've built a unique user reputation system that ties all the historical user activity on the platform to a single community score based on past firmware contributions, and also based on how other users like these contributions. And this allows users to make trust decisions and also limits the impact of adversaries on the network. If you're a user and you are looking for an update that doesn't exist, you can draw some attention from the developer community by creating a bounty, and a developer can check the details of the request. They can also check the status of the bounty, the stake, and also for which device. And finally, after they make a meaningful contribution, they can collect the bounty. And this is enforced with a validation system that uses data from the blockchain and also user metrics. Feel free to give it a shot at codigo-hub.com. And this is what lies behind the scenes. Thank you. And we're happy to take any questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael. Judges, do you have any questions at all?
So this is Kari. Maybe one question from my side. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if I got it correctly, the main idea is that you get like independent developers that can contribute their updates to firmware. But is the plan also to kind of pull firmware updates from the vendors and manufacturers into this repository?
The idea is that manufacturers will be on the platform, and the main source of firmware for the users will be the developer, will be the manufacturer. But after we have a problem that a lot of manufacturers drop support for specific devices or they go bankrupt. And the main point of Codigo Hub is after this point, everybody can pick up their firmware and continue contributing to it.
Okay, got it. Really nice.
And judges, any other questions at all?
Yeah, quick question here, Roderick from Roderick. So is there any curation, or can anyone just contribute firmware? I mean, how does one get started on the platform as a developer?
So the content creation is something that we're looking to build into it further as we go ahead with the project. Currently, we do have an upvote system built into the where users can. So this is an example of a system stack. This implements a lot of what's already there, and as top kind of section, user interface. What you can see down the bottom of the firmware upload section is that we're hoping to use Chaineac as part of the solution, which is a distributed software verification system, and build that in so that all the firmware is validated, verified as it's uploaded. And yeah, at the upvote side of things as well, users are also contributing and saying this is particularly useful firmware. So that's also another part of it that's quite helpful.
And just to adapt to what Stephen said, yeah, everybody can be a developer and contribute. The difficult thing, or the thing that requires some effort, is to build up a trusted profile where users trust you and they are willing to download your contributions.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, Team Codigo, thank you very much. And we're going to move on now to Team Euler. They are led by Michael, who is a postdoctoral research at Oxford. And Michael, I will now hand over you to tell everyone more. Michael, are you there? Oh, Michael, you're muted. Outstandingly.
Mute. Apologies, guys.
There we go.
There we go. Excuse me. Okay, thank you very much for having us. We're here today to present Euler protocol, which is a new permissionless lending protocol on Ethereum. Euler was developed by myself, Jack, Doug, and with some advice from Mick de Graaf, who's the founder of PyDAO. I'm an academic at Oxford, specializing in game theory and dynamical systems. Jack's a full stack Java developer with 10 years experience, and Doug is our blockchain architect, and he's been developing dApps on Ethereum mainnet for several years. So the DeFi lending market has been exploding recently, as I'm sure many of you are aware. And at the top of the pile right now are, in terms of permissionless lending, are Compound and Aave. And these guys have over 2.5 billion locked on their worth of tokens locked on their platform at present. And these guys have done an ace job, but at the moment they're restricting access to only a tiny fraction of the ERC20 token market that people are actually trading. One of the reasons for this is that they're acting as sort of gatekeepers for what markets can actually be activated on their protocols. And secondly, they have mechanisms which mean that interest rates can't adapt properly to certain market conditions, which makes adding new assets risky. So for these reasons, we developed Euler Protocol, which is a new permissionless lending protocol that aims to tackle the long tail of the ERC20 market. So here's our demo. On Euler Protocol, we leverage the power of Uniswap version 2's price oracles. This allows us to offer users access to potentially hundreds of markets, as you can see. So under the hood, to activate a market, a user can create a new e-token representing that ERC20. Here we're going to activate the market for Balancer token. So when a user activates a new market, it needs to pay some of the native token for the protocol, which is the oil token. And all fees from this and other processes on the protocol go back to existing oil token holders by way of a staking pool. Activating a market is very simple, and once it's been activated, a user can then go and supply and borrow on that market very easily, as you can see here where we've supplied 100 BAL tokens to the market. And we also provide a nice slick UI for people to use, and given all the markets they're going to be accessing, we provide functionality to exit many positions all in one go. One of the key innovations on the Euler Protocol is a new type of interest rate mechanism. So on Compound and Aave at the moment, they have these static interest rate models, where the interest rate represented by the black dot here can be seen to sort of float along this static interest rate curve over time. And as the market goes boom and bust for demand and supply, you can see that you get high and low utilization on the platform over time. When you get these two sort of extremes, this can be bad for lenders and borrowers alike. On Euler, we do things differently. We specify a target utilization ratio and then leverage the maths of control theory to allow users to adjust interest rates in real time. So when the when the current utilization on the platform is above our target, we allow users to adjust the interest rates up. Increasing the interest rates discourages further borrowing and brings the utilization back down to its target. And the same happens when utilization goes below its target. Users can reduce the interest rates further, which stimulates further borrowing. As you can see, this leads to better interest rates for users over time and leads to more stable utilization on the protocol. All of the technical details will be published in our upcoming white paper, which you guys can look out for. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael. Over to judges. Do you have any questions?
Just a comment. I think like using controllers to kind of, manage, I guess the volatility, risk, and collateralization is pretty cool. And I think, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we think, I honestly think there's going to be a lot of, we're going to see a lot more use of control theory on Ethereum dApps over the next 5 years. There's already, even in the original sort of discussion about the MakerDAO, you saw plenty of talk about it there. And yeah, I think we'll see a lot more of this. And
I guess
the first to bring.
I guess one question is just like how do you kind of modify and the controller algorithm across all of these long tail of assets, right? It's like I think like maybe initially it would be interesting to kind of like look at one asset and how you can design control for that, but it's like just curious how you think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, great question. We have obviously several parameters here that specify the extent to which users can adjust the interest rates and the rate at which interest rates will return back to normal given the control. One of the key features here is actually that the further you get away from the target utilization, the bigger the step you can take in terms of how much you can sort of poke the interest rate, which really helps the system. But there are obviously like minimums and maximums here and a few sort of slope parameters that you can play with, and absolutely they'll need to be adjusted to accommodate each market. But that's on Euler, that's going to be a protocol level decision that's made by governance.
Awesome. Any other questions, judges? Very good. Michael, thank you very, very much. We will now move on to team Filecoin pricing mechanism. They're a team by 3 researchers, one from UCL, one from UCLA, and one from UCL Louvain. I quite like the fact they all have UCL in their names. So I'm going to hand over to, I think we have G, who's going to be talking it through now.
Yeah, hope you can see my video.
We can. Yes.
Okay, cool. So let me get started. So we are a Filecoin pricing mechanism. Let me start video. So first, we are Alberto from UCL, me, G from UCLA, and Michal from City University of London. And our work is about Filecoin file sharing. So as we all know, that Filecoin allow users to store their data on dedicated storage nodes. Like here, you can put your files on another laptop owned by another person. But the question is, every machine has their own characteristics and prices. So the question is, how should we decide which one to go and what's the price for that? Because of course, users can manually negotiate deals with each node, but this is inefficient and not scalable. So our FPM is a solution to this problem by running a smart contract on Ethereum blockchain. So let's see how it works. First, the user will submit its own constraints and the maximum price they are willing to pay for to the smart contract. And on the other side, the storage nodes will submit their characteristics and the minimum price they are willing to work for to the smart contract. And our smart contract will gonna do the assignment between the users and nodes and derive the price based on the rules. So actually, we use the Mercury Dutch auction rules to maximize the metric of the social welfare. So we actually take the second highest bid and it's sealed. So as to ensure the honest auction between the users and the storage nodes. So the heavy computation are actually performed off-chain, and any untrusted node can compute the solution to the auction. And on the other side, anyone can verify the submitted solution, and this verification process is much faster than the computation process. So if a solution is incorrect, the user can submit a proof of misbehavior, and if the proof is correct, the invalid solution will be removed from the smart contract. And we use BLS plan signature plus mixers to ensure the user's privacy, and the user will only reveal their identity to the storage node. Okay, so here's the demo. We first start the blockchain and the mining with the Go Ethereum, and then we then list the clients we have using the client command tool. And we use the first account to deploy our smart contract onto a blockchain. And the command line will return the address of the smart contract. And then we add a new item, which is a storage offer to the blockchain using the client item command. And following the prompts, you will see how much storage you are willing to offer, what's the duration, and what's the minimum price. And on the other side, I can use the bid command to submit the bid to the storage. So I want 15 gigabytes and submit this bid. So we use this populate script to create a lot of items and bids into the smart contract. And then we go back and use the client command solve to calculate the result of this auction. And as we mentioned, anyone can verify this auction using the verify. And it shows that everything is correct. And we also have a mock command called solve fake. This is for do some random assignment. And if you verify that again, it will show, okay, this is a fake auction. Again, this verification is used to verify. And if it's a fake option, you can submit a proof of misbehavior to the blockchain. And if yes, then the thing can be removed. Yeah, and that's our work.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I particularly like your recommended videos, Bitcoin and burgers. I think that goes down particularly well. Judges, do you have any questions at all?
This is Kari. I could ask one question. So this type of auction protocols have been studied quite a bit in the literature. So are you using one existing protocol, or did you come up with your own?
Hi, it's Mihal here. So we use the the auction protocol is the same, but the innovation here is that we can, if you want to run it on top of smart contract, it's difficult because it's usually exponential with the number of items and bidders. Obviously, you cannot run it. So what we have designed is a way to run it off-chain, but just submit the solution, and then for everyone to verify it. But also the verification problem, if you now want everyone to repeat the computation and check if it's correct, is very costly. So we have the system of proofs of misbehavior, which is similar to proof of work. So it's very easy to verify. It's like, I think, 4 orders of magnitude at the moment. So I think that's the whole system. So we use the protocol that I've been studying in economy, but then we designed also those proofs of misbehavior to handle it.
Okay, thanks.
Judges, any other questions at all? Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Great presentation. We're now going over to team Flash Zaps. They are a team based in India. And I think Manank is going to be leading the presentation. Over to you, Manank, whenever you're ready.
You can see my screen, right?
I can indeed. Do you need me to upgrade anyone, Manank? You've got
everyone.
Very good. Go for it.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank you all to call us here as one of the finalists and give us this platform to pitch our idea. So we are 3 developers from India. We have a front-end developer, 2 blockchain and back-end developers. We have been in the blockchain space for the past 2 years and have participated and won many hackathons and made a lot of different projects. So in this hackathon, we have made something called Flash Swifts. So the current issue with using Flash loans is to first of all is a person must have understanding of how to write advanced solidity contracts, whereas he also must have a deep understanding of DeFi so that he can understand the different opportunities that come around. So our solution to eliminate this problem is to create a platform where developers and users can connect and share these different smart contract recipes or DeFi ideas. So developers can write smart contracts called Swifts, and they can push it on the platform. Whenever a user comes on the platform and uses that Swift, the developer earn a small fees from that Swift. The users can also request custom Swifts from the developer, creating this whole ecosystem of users and developers, and they can also upvote or downvote these Swifts based on their quality and whether they work, how good they work, etc. So as we all know, Aave takes 0.09% of Flash loan fee. So our platform takes the equal amount of fee, where 50% goes to the developer who created that Swift, whereas other 50% goes to us. Now let me show you a quick demo of how this all would work. So a developer would simply come to the site and give all the details about what the Flash Swift is, what parameters it takes, what's its name, smart contract API, etc. And after that, the user can simply browse the list of Swifts, check what each one of those do, and deploy them. Once it is deployed, the user can simply transfer the whatever ownerships or whatever the assets he wants to transfer to that contract. After that, he can simply execute it. It will be as simple as creating a trade on Uniswap or transferring any NFT, etc. So as I told you, there will be a reward system and a reputation system on the platform. So whenever you see a user's profile, you can see the number of upvotes or downvotes he gets on the platform. Based on what you can decide whether you want to use his Swift or not. So yeah, this is our project. I'm happy to take any questions.
Awesome. Judges, any questions at all? Great. That obviously a stupidly clear and cogent presentation. Well done, Mayank. Great work. Awesome, guys. Let's now move on to Team Footium for the football fans in the room. So have we got Jordan, James, Patrick are all there. So well, I'm not sure Patrick is, but we'll get him upgraded as you're talking, Jordan. So a little bit about Footium. Footium are a team of three, two Bristol graduates and one Oxford student. And Jordan, currently we can't see your screen. So there we go. Yeah, but the right-hand side is obviously the Zoom thing. So let's see if we maybe put that in some. Yes, well done.
Excellent,
okay.
Cool.
Whenever you're ready, Jordan, take it away.
Cool. Welcome to Footium. Footium is an Ethereum-based football simulation game where you take ownership of your club and guide them to success. So currently we're a team of three. My name's Jordan Lord. I'm a Bristol University graduate. I was also the former president of the Bristol University Blockchain Society, and I'm the game engine developer and the lead developer on the project. We have Patrick Liu, who is also a Bristol University graduate and is the front-end developer on the project. And we have James O'Leary, who is an Oxford University student and is a smart contract developer. So, football management games are immensely popular. Football Manager and Football Chairman especially. These games are for the most part single player, and you spend loads of time on these games developing your team, and yet they don't have any real value, and you trade with fake money. In the blockchain space, you have games like CryptoKitties and CryptoPunks, which are centered around the idea of these digital collectibles that don't really do anything. So we want to merge these two ideas together and create Footium. So we achieve this by having the football clubs and the football players as NFT tokens. The players get better with experience, they aren't just static. And to solve the multiplayer problem, we have the football matches that are simulated in real time. So we have three components on the technical side. We have the Ethereum smart contract, which is written in Solidity. We have the React.js front end, and we also have the off-chain game engine, which is purely functional and deterministic, so that we can regenerate the game state independently on everyone else's machines. We also seed the game state using recent Ethereum block hashes to minimize cheating and looking ahead. So I'm going to show you a quick demo now of the game. So yeah, let's get started. So let's take ownership of a football club that's currently in the game. So looking at Portal City, it's not owned by anyone. You can see the stadium in the background, some of their academy players here. So let's claim this club as ours. See, it's now owned by us, and let's sign some of our academy players. So looking at Riley Ramirez, he's got quite a good leadership rating, potentially a future captain for the team. So there you go. So now let's sign another player. Let's go over to Patrick's Abbey United. So he's got one of his players, Liam Flores, who's got quite a good rating, on sale for 1 Ethereum. So let's buy him. Could make quite a quick impact. Okay, so his background has changed. He's now a Portal City player. Great, you can see him there. So let's go over to the fixture list. Here's some matches that are going to be played. Let's go to Portal City versus Abbey United. And you can see that Liam Flores has actually scored after 11 minutes, so he has made that quick impact. Skipping ahead, you can see the match events coming through. Abbey United have equalised. You can also see the lineups on either side. And there's 2 goals in quick succession, 3-1 to Portal City, 4-1. Looks like we've won the game. It looks like the signings were good ones. So yeah, that's Footium. Thank you very much. Feel free to ask any questions.
Great. Thank you very much, Jordan. Judges, do we have any questions at all?
Don't have any questions, but just interesting ideas that you could probably create some way of like collateralizing like assets and creating like synthetic stocks for these football clubs and allow people to kind of like bet on them. Yeah, just an idea.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah.
Great point. Any other questions at all or comments? Awesome, cool. Well, Jordan, James, Patrick, well done, and thank you very much. We will now go over to our next presentation. It's NFT Financial by Dragos and Bernard. Dragos from University Imperial, Bernard from Nanyang in Singapore, and they have about to present their NFT platform. So over to you, Dragos.
Thanks, Anthony. Hi, everyone. I'm Dragos, and together with Bernard, we've built the platform NFT Financial. First of all, the NFT market is worth more than 300 million at the moment, and almost 90% of the NFTs have not circulated during the past year. So we see this as a big issue. And if we compare the market for NFTs with DeFi, we can see a few shortcomings. For example, there's no way to generate interest for your assets. They're not being actively used. There's no way to do price hedging for your NFTs. And to solve those issues, we built the platform NFT Financial. It has a couple of features, the first one being leasing. Leasing enables any user to lease out their NFTs and earn side income for doing so. So anyone can put out their NFTs on the platform and you can start leasing them. I will show a short demo of how this works. Here we have two users, a user on the left and a user on the right. As you can see, they have different balances in their wallets and they also have different NFTs that they own. The user on the left owns a few parcels in Somnium Space. Somnium Space being a VR game. For example, this one. This is a parcel in Somnium Space, and we provide links to OpenSea because we encourage all our users to check the trading history to better price those NFTs. So let's focus on this user. Let's suppose he wants to lease out his parcel on NFT Financial, and he wants to do it for a maximum period of 14 days. He has to approve the transfer first. We can see the transaction. Everything's happening on Rigbit testnet. Now that the NFT has been approved, they can create the offer. The offer is created, which means anyone on the platform can start leasing it. As you can see, there's no lessee at the moment. But if we go back to the previous user, this user doesn't have any parcels in Somnium Space. Let's focus on this user now. He can just together with the leasing price. So that would be 1.1 Ether. He's just done that. The offer is now active. And you can see that the lessee has been updated. This means that for the next 14 days, he can do whatever he wants with this parcel in Somnium Space. At the end of the leasing period, he can approve the return the NFT, and get his collateral back, which means that the whole ownership for this asset cost him only 0.1 Ether. So that was leasing. Another use case would be lending. This enables users to lock their NFTs as collateral to NFTs. For example, the most valuable one last year sold for over 400 Ether. And you can lock those assets to get Ether. Users who fulfill those loans, who underwrite those loans, receive interest payments. And in case of default, the NFT acts as collateral and covers for any losses that might happen. The platform is live on Rigbit testnet, and I encourage you to try it out at nft.financial. Finally, we've created a new use case by combining NFT Financial with Aave protocol. We call it a Flash NFT Aave Flash loans, and I'll let Bernard explain how it works. Bernard, I think you're on mute. Sorry.
Hello. Hello, my test.
Yeah.
Is it working?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So Thank you, Dragos. Like any flash loans with Aave, we first have to construct a flash loan smart contract. The first step will be getting the flash loan from Aave. The second will be pay the collateral for leasing on NFT finance. Third will be do anything with the NFT that we lease on the NFT finance. For example, we can breed a new crypto keys, or we can do any other function that the NFT allows. And then we will end the leasing and receive the collateral, pay back the flash loans. The benefit of using flash NFTs is that it provides guarantee of the integrity of the NFT. If anything happens, the whole transaction will be reversed. Technically, it's cheaper to use flash lease than leasing. The use case is especially catered to high value NFT. For example, the collateral for this particular NFT is 1,000 ETH. If you don't have 1,000 ETH to pay as a collateral, you can use flash NFT leasing to have this NFT for this one transaction and call the function, and you can return it back to the protocol. And through this hackathon, we implement flash loans with Robston to try it out. Thank you. Any questions?
Awesome. Okay, judges, any questions at all?
Yeah, one question here. What will be the universe of NFTs that you will allow for this?
We haven't thought about restricting to any particular NFTs. I think we can keep it open. It's an open platform where users decide the pricing between themselves, and we think if someone is happy with the collateral that they're receiving in terms of NFT, then it could work for any NFTs. I think it's a dynamic market, and many new NFTs will come up, and we don't want to restrict to any particular ones. It works with ERC-721 tokens, basically.
Okay.
Any other questions at all, guys?
Yeah, I have. It's Tom here. Yeah, I think this is super interesting. So when we added NFT trading on 0x back in like 2018, one issue that we ran into was a lot of the value of NFTs sometimes sort of exists in like metadata about the NFT. So whether this particular CryptoKitty has been bred or whatever, which can lower its value. And so someone in a trading example might front run the trade by breeding the kitty, lowering its value, and then having the trade execute. Have you guys thought of how to sort of persist NFT state, or somewhere to like look at NFT state? So I can't borrow your kitty, breed it, lower its value, and then sort of re-put it back in the contract.
I think this is something that someone who wants to lease out their NFT knows, and he has to take this into account when deciding to do so. And for example, if we do Flash NFT leasing, this would ensure the integrity of the NFT. I know some properties could change and could influence the value of that NFT, but it's something that the person who leases out their NFT has to take into account.
Got it.
Awesome. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Great presentation. We'll now hand over to Team Private Protests, who are a team of India-based students, and I think Ria and the team are going to take you through their presentation. Over to you.
Hey guys, thanks Anthony. I think you can see my screen now.
I can't. I can still see Dragos's thank you screen. So let's try again.
Okay.
Maybe that's just me.
Can you see it now?
Dragos, can you stop sharing your screen? That will fix this. Okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. People are saying they can actually see it. Why is that?
I think under options, you have to select his screen.
There we go. It's all my. That's
Oh.
my. Okay,
Awesome.
brilliant. We got
Yeah.
there. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So hey everyone, this is Sarang along with Riya and Akash, and we are students from India. And today we are going to present our project Private Protests. So as we know that protests are the instruments to save our democracy. And over the years, we have seen them being violent due to the involvement of law enforcement and people with alternate motives who want to hijack our protests. Primarily, this has happened due to the information spread of these protests via the social media, such as say Twitter, which is a very, very public platform. And this causes everyone to know where the protest is happening and details such like that. And in fact, because of this problem, there have been violence in the protests at Hong Kong and India, and that's what inspired us to create this project. So we used NewCipher to make sure that we kind of selectively share all these details of the protest to the protesters in a trustless and a very simple manner. You can think it of like an ERP system and a Kickstarter for protests. So let's get on with the demo.
Hi, so I'll be presenting the demo. So let us say there is an organizer and here on this page, they can just create a protest by entering the details like the location, the Google Maps URL, and the date and time for the protest. They can also enter special notes like to bring their own mask and hand sanitizer in this coronavirus situation. Yeah, so now we're creating the protest. Okay, so now let us say there's a protester and he just wants to see the details about the protest. So if he straight away goes to the protest page, it'll just show that they have not been verified yet. So to get verified, first they have to contact the organizer, and after some off-chain verification where the organizer can just check that they're actually a legitimate protester and not just a violent attendee. After this verification, their public keys can be added to the verified protesters list. Yeah, so now after they have been added, now if the protester tries to see the details about the upcoming protest, as you can see, they can access the details. We'll just quickly look at the terminal outputs here. And now you can see these also include the proxy encryption key that is required. So, and all these details are also like the retrieve parameters, like the decryption key, and also the message get there. They have been transferred to the identity by the application channel.
And let's say if we consider the other possible alternatives, so for example, if you post it on FB or Twitter, then they can easily track you down. Like for example, if you use WhatsApp, then you are in a way trusting WhatsApp that they're doing exactly what they're doing. Like they're not reading your messages or taking away your encryption. Like NewCipher basically provides a open source and a completely trustless, secure and encrypted way in which you can easily disseminate information to all the attendees in a decentralized and secure manner. And installation instructions and everything is also presented at the end of the GitHub repo, so anyone can try out the demo. So that is all for our demo. Feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you very much, guys. Judges, any questions at all?
So this is Kari. Could you explain a bit more how the encryption happens? What exactly is encrypted and using which key?
Yeah, so basically how NewCipher works is, it works using proxy read encryption. So basically, whenever you create a policy on the NewCipher network, so what happens is you can, you basically encrypt any information that you want to pass on to the attendees, and you encrypt it with your own public key, and you basically store it on the NewCipher network. And now whenever you add any attendees, you add up their public keys, and what NewCipher does is it takes the encrypted data, which is encrypted with my public key, let's say the organizer's public key, and then it re-encrypts it with the public key of all the attendees. And this is done in a secure and private manner, so that even NewCipher doesn't know the exact content of the encrypted text. And that is how everything is easily disseminated to everyone, encrypted with their own public keys. And that's how like it creates a completely secure and trustless platform for disseminating information.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Any other questions from the judges? Awesome. Thank you very much, team.
Thanks a lot, Anthony.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Now we welcome Team Pygate to the stage, the proverbial stage. They are a team including the students from Imperial, Greenwich, quite an international team, in fact. Those sitting in Berlin, the US. So I will hand over to Art to give the presentation.
Excellent. Howdy. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, this is Pygate, a Python interface and tooling for the Filecoin network. It's built with PowerGate, gRPC, and the Flask web framework by a team consisting of tech professionals and students at Imperial College and Greenwich University. The Pygate project team has two goals. The first goal is to bring the Python into the Filecoin community. This is a February 2020 Stack Overflow survey of over 65,000 developers, and Python is overwhelmingly in focus. Given these vast possibilities, our team reasoned that there would be a strong need for tooling. We identified Textile's PowerGate as a front-running developer tool for application access to the Filecoin network. Until now, the tooling for Filecoin and PowerGate had only consisted of Go and JavaScript libraries. Pygate now exposes Filecoin via PowerGate to the enormous and influential Python developer community. Machine learning, web applications, data analysis pipelines, and many other innovative tools rely on the flexibility and consistency of Python to help solve problems for people around the world. Our second goal is to build tools on which Python developers can build applications and experiences. Pygate provides these developers a set of capabilities with which to build their next project, solving big problems on top of the Filecoin ecosystem. In order to achieve these goals, we created 3 products. The first is the Pygate gRPC interface, a Python library for PowerGate. The second is the Pygate web app, a Flask reference client for PowerGate and Filecoin. And third is the Pygate API, also a Flask-based tool that provides an asynchronous HTTP and WebSocket API for web applications clients to manage their long-running network tasks and other complex Filecoin interactions. Building on the gRPC definitions provided by the Textile team, the client library allows for drop-in support for Filecoin to any Python software. We're happy to be able to provide this to the community. It has roughly 90% feature parity with the PowerGate interface. It's actively powering the reference Pygate client. It has developer quick starts, and the best part, it's available on pip right now. Peter will demonstrate these products now.
The Pygate gRPC package makes the endpoints of the PowerGate API to the Filecoin network available as Python methods. We've included a number of example scripts as developer quick starts. Here you can see that we now get all the power of the PowerGate in a Python script with a simple import statement. PowerGate uses the concept of a Filecoin file system, or FFS, to broker client interactions. In this example script, we create an FFS and use it to push a file to Filecoin and then retrieve it back again. I'm running my demos against a Docker container containing a localnet instance of the Filecoin network. Here's the results of the FFS push and pull example script. This is all happening through simple but powerful Python code. The Python gRPC package is also being used in a Pygate web app to demonstrate basic PowerGate functionality in a Python Flask application. Users can upload single files, groups of files, or batch files together into a single tar package like I'm doing now. They can sort results and search for files already pushed to the Filecoin network. They can retrieve them directly from the web app. All the deal negotiation is happening in the background. Users can create new FFSs and set the configuration settings for them, pushing those changes directly to the files already on the Filecoin network. Users can check wallet balances, the new ones created for FFS, and they can check logs of existing transactions and any error codes that happen in the web app.
We know that Pygate will open Filecoin to the influential and ambitious Python community. Our team is proud to make this contribution and happy to discuss next steps. So, thank you.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Art. Judges, do we have any questions at all? Sweet. Obviously a very clear presentation. Art, well done. Team, well done. Thank you very, very much.
Really appreciate it.
Awesome, guys. Let's now head over to team watch and listen. Watch and listen to team watch and listen. And do we have Maria, we have Kirill, and we have Arsem as well. So Maria, when you're ready, share your screen and let's get this going.
I'm afraid I was muted, so one more time. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm from the team Watch and Listen. There are 3 of us. We all came from Russia: Artyom, Kirill, and me, Maria. We studied in Russia, and I also had some international experience. I studied in Sweden and Lund University. And we have created a marketplace for live music events using LivePeer. We know that coronavirus has dramatically changed our world. For example, music events are limited due to the lockdown and self-isolation. At the same time, musicians are struggling to find any sources for getting income during limits and quarantine times. And at the same time, streaming industry is growing rapidly. You can see it from the graph. And coronavirus gives the industry even an extra boost. And we can expect a 4-fold increase in the upcoming 7 years. 70 million viewers have attended a rap concert organized in a game Fortnite. That sounds crazy, I know, but this all is possible because streaming is the new way to act. And now let's listen what the musician says about the situation.
I lost my job because of COVID-19. I even don't qualify for unemployment insurance, and the large majority of artists I know have little or no savings. What have left? COVID-19 is the worst possible case scenario for independent artists like me. Our profession has suddenly stopped existing.
Hey, I can help you. Try, watch and listen and earn money from doing what you love to do.
Well, I guess I will give it a try. So, first I create an account and Watch and Listen, and then Pay80 wallet. I can plan an event and sell tickets at different prices. Let's see what else I can do here. I also can sell merch and receive donations. I'm good to go. I just press start my stream, right? The first visitor arrives. Oh wow, I received my first donation to my Pay80 wallet. Super! Watch and Listen just saved my life.
You have just seen a demo version of our service, and if you want, you can just scan the QR code and play a bit more with Watch and Listen. We see 2 main customer segments on the market. First, event organizers, and second, individual musicians, like the one we have just seen in the video. And we see 2 main customer segments on the market. For the first segment, such as YouTube, Twitch, and D-Line, the platform takes a huge fees from artists. For the other segment, Amazon Live, Zoom, and Vimeo, first of all, there is a long way to create an event, and second, streaming is expensive. And for the both segments, they offer a few options for monetization. We provide a unique service. First of all, we provide a decentralized streaming platform with LivePeer. Second, a streamer can decide him or herself how to monetize his art. He can sell tickets in advance, some merch during the event, and also receive donations. Apart from that, we encourage participants to interact on the platform. It's super easy and convenient for a streamer to move from an existing platform such as Twitch to our platform Watch and Listen. It's seamless. Thank you for your time. That was We Watch and Listen, and you can create, watch, and enjoy with us. Your questions.
Thank you very much, guys. Sponsors, not sponsors. You can tell I'm thinking about sponsors at this point. Judges, do you have any questions? Another clear, cogent presentation. Maria, Artem, Kirill, fantastic, well done. And thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Awesome. Right, now we go to team Atomic Ninja. JG is going to be doing the presentation. Are you there, JG? Yes, you are. Outstanding. I was worried we had the wrong JG at that point, so there we go. JG, I assume Fabio, yeah, he's not here, so that's fine. Cool. So I think I can't hear you so far, and now I can. So
I
whenever
can.
you're ready, you can go ahead.
Sure. Hello, everyone.
I'm JG. I'm with Team Bossa. And here with me is Fabio. We are both from Brazil. We came from the security community inside Ethereum. And for this hackathon, we built a project called Atomic Ninja. It's basically a transaction builder, a visual transaction builder for you to explore DeFi protocols. So I'm gonna jump straight into the live demo. It's live in atomic.ninja. Here you have a quick start, and I'll go a quick walk through the transactions. Basically, here are all the tools you have available. You can use different protocols, and you start a transaction by dragging blocks, and then you can do other stuff like sending waves, and you can do swaps, and that kind of stuff. And basically, you have full control of like the values if you want to send like 100 ETH or 1,000 ETH or things like that. And here you click a button to send this transaction to mainnet or to simulate to see if it would succeed. So for example, we have an error. We cannot swap for the same token on Uniswap. So here we have to change for a DAI. And it's very powerful because we can do a lot of complex stuff. So for example, here's another transaction I've built early. It doesn't make much sense as a transaction because you will be losing money. But basically you just start a transaction, send it 20 ETH, then you send 10 way to Vitalik, then you swap 2 Ethers for DAI in Balancer, then you take a flash swap. Inside of it, you take a flash loan. So here you're probably around $1 million or something. And you just touch this little contract we've made. And in the end, you supply 1 ETH to compound. And everything is done in the same transaction. And if I click here to simulate, I won't send it to mainnet because it's too expensive right now. The transaction would succeed. It doesn't mean it made a profit or anything. It means it succeeded. And also now we have like a new features. For example, here you can see the transaction and you just be available in your local storage. And you can also, another very cool feature is share a transaction. So if you click share, and then you'll be copied to your clipboard. If you say, okay, and you paste the link in a new page, you can already see the previous transaction already built in for you to share to other people. So it will be easier like to share strategies for farming, for example. And lastly, our next feature you'd like to showcase, it's the embed feature. So here's our documentation. And down there we have an example of embed. Here is the workspace, is embedded in a web page. So you can use for blogs. This transaction is just sending a tip for us, the Atomic Ninja team. And you can do exactly the same thing, just simulate, see if it would succeed, or you can send it to mainnet and send this transaction. That's it for this presentation. The project is all open source and is all used decentralized services like this host sharing and embed stuff part is using IPFS, and you can already try your hands at atomic.ninja. Thank you very much. If you guys have any
Thank you very much, JG. So let's hand over to judges. Do you have any questions at all?
Yeah. Do you have any plans to monetize this? And if so, how?
So we've thought about some monetization strategies. We haven't thought about like anyone. So there's the most simple one. So you can use just like a small fee to use this interface. So wherever you send a transaction, say you're sending a value and you just add a little bit of gas in the end to send us a little bit. That's one strategy. You have to have a lot of volume to make it work. Another possibility, as we thought, and maybe if this keep growing and we have a lot of blocks, we could make like open a promotional blocks space. For example, projects can sponsor to have their blocks on top. So you can, for example, imagine you're doing a new protocol and you can just pay a little sponsor fee to have your blocks on top so people use it more. That's another strategy. And there are more like complex ones, like trying to make an event, charging a fee when there's transactions who profit using this interface or something like that. But we haven't figured out the the best strategy to monetize it. So it's still an open question, and we're still thinking about it.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions from the judges? Very goodly. Okay, guys. Well, that is the end of the pitch part of the evening. Well, all finalists, thank you very much. I think it's the highest quality we've seen throughout the hackathons we've organised. So well done to you. Judges, now you need to head over to the Google link. It's in your calendar. It's not quite the same link as before. Because I messed up the calendar invite. But yeah, I've sent it to you privately on this Zoom chat, and also it's in your calendar. So if you could head over there, Damir is eagerly awaiting you. And you can decide who our wonderful top 3 are going to be. So in the meantime, we will be announcing the bounty prize winners for the hackathon, obviously. And we have our 5 sponsors here to announce those. So to that end, could I ask David from Aave to join?
Yep. Hello. Good evening.
Fantastic. So David, if you want to tell everyone about your challenge or anything about Aave and your winners, of course.
Sure. I mean, so Aave is a learning protocol, and we're happy to support this hackathon, and we support quite a few hackathons. But it was really interesting to see all the projects that were being built, both with Aave and without Aave. So we chose three teams, and we'll have first, second, third prize. So the first prize was for 2,000 ADAI. That is teams 30, which is a no-loss crypto savings product. We really liked this idea of using Aave and Chainlink and the Chainlink alarm clock and the VRF. The second prize of 1,000 ADAI goes to Tontine, I think that's how you pronounce it, a DeFi investment instrument, alternative to pensions. And then the third prize of 500 ADAI goes to Chikara, which is the flash loan marketplace for devs, which we really liked. So yeah, those are the prizes that we had, and yeah, handing it back to you.
Awesome. Well, David, thank you very much, and Aave, Irene as well. Thank you so much for all your support. We had a fantastic MA with Stani a few weeks ago, and hackers, particularly in this kind of DeFi zeitgeist we have at the moment, have really enjoyed learning about Aave, and almost certainly a stupidly busy time. So David, thank you for all your help. You've been awesome on the Discord as well. So thank you guys hugely. Now over to another busy team who are very much gearing towards mainnet. Filecoin, I think we have Angie joining us now. Angie, are you there?
I am. Hello, Anthony. How are you?
I'm very good.
I'm glad it's over.
We're almost over. Almost over. I'm seeing the judges' deliberations on the finalists as I speak. Yeah, Angie, tell me about your Filecoin, your challenge and the prizes.
Sure. So for those who don't know, Filecoin is a decentralized storage network designed to store humanity's most important information. I've been extra nerdy and prepared a couple of slides. So, let me see here. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Cool. So our winner is very exciting. So we had 2 challenges as part of Spark. Our first one was build a system for storing and verifying scientific or other research data on Filecoin. In first place, it's Deepverse. Very, very, very difficult decision there at the top. Filecoin pricing mechanism were a close second. And then in third place, we have Filecoin research repository. So congratulations to all of those teams. Really amazing work. And then our second challenge was to build a system or app for the decentralized web that stores data on both IPFS and Filecoin and demonstrates some convenience aspects of shared features between the 2 networks, such as shared content identifiers. In first place, we just saw them pitch there. It was Cadigo. In second place was Box and Drop, and in third place was Kazan. We were actually incredibly impressed by all of the entries. It was so tough in the judging. There was lots of in-house fighting, if you like. So we've decided to actually award everybody who answered our challenges with some Filecoin tokens. All teams who completed a Filecoin challenge will receive 100 Filecoin, and each of the winning teams, so that's 6 of you, will receive 300 Filecoin to continue the development of your project. So hopefully that helps you continue your work. Also, finally, oh, I didn't realize this is dynamic, very fancy. Okay, we'll get through this part. There we go, fabulous. Finally, like we have a bunch of programs if you want to keep building and want to continue with your projects. We've got an Apollo program, which is like an incubator. We've got the Launchpad Accelerator. Both of them closed on Friday. But if you apply and mention that you're a Spark Hackathon participant, you'll be allowed late entry into the programs. We also have the Filecoin Dev Grants, which are rolling throughout the year. So we have open dev grants. We'd love to continue supporting your awesome work in Filecoin. And thank you so much again for all of the team. It's just amazing to see all of you using or building technology on the platform. Thanks so much.
Well, Angie, thank you so much for your support in particular and the whole Filecoin team. I know it's been a real team effort. So we've loved having you. It's been a brilliant time working with you, and thank you for your huge generosity with the prizes. I know that all the Filecoin participants will be delighted by that. So thank you very much. Awesome. Now let's go alphabetical. Let's go to team live peer. I think we have Eric who's going to join us. He's been whooping in the about watch and listen, at least I saw in the chat. So Eric, are you there? Please tell us about live peer and your prizes.
Yep, I'm here. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Give me one second. I wanted to, yeah. So for the Spark Hackathon, LivePeer created a few prizes. The challenge that we have posed to the hackers are one, to create something that can help the world as it is today, particularly in 2 areas, helping individuals and businesses dealing with the COVID-19 situation, and also creating a positive impact to the social justice movement around the world. And the second thing is to also contribute to the LivePeer ecosystem. And the 3 prizes that we're giving out, the first place is for 2,000 euros of LPT token, second place is 1,000 euros of LPT token, and the third place is 500. So the first place winner is Watch and Listen, and I think this really captures kind of the spirit of this challenge, where they're creating an application that helps musicians in the current situation when people are dealing with COVID and they cannot go out to play concerts, play shows, that they're able to still stream to their audience from home and be paid for that. And the second place winner is PeerCat, and this is we think this is a really interesting idea where the application allows anybody to request for a live stream based on a map. And for example, we can see this being very helpful for a protest situation where a specific demonstration happens in some parts around the world, and you, as someone who does not live in that part of the world, still really wants to participate virtually. So you can request for a live stream, and someone who's close by are able to kind of fulfill that request. So we think that's a really interesting idea. And the third place prize, it goes to Team DQ, and they've created this interesting LivePeer dashboard that kind of captures a specific view of the LivePeer protocol from the broadcaster's perspective. We thought that was really interesting and cool, and it kind of helps further decentralize the LivePeer ecosystem. So those are the 3 prize winners. I also want to mention two other participants. One is Shivam Sahil, who worked on a decentralized water waste management project using LivePeer as kind of a video streaming solution for devices at the virtual at the water treatment locations, so that someone from people don't have to go to specific locations to see kind of what's going on around that. So really cool IoT idea using LivePeer. And the other one is Approve Lethei, who created a decentralized court system concept and using LivePeer kind of as a virtual streamed virtual decentralized court with actual participants. And we want to give these two participants 100 euros of LPT each. And as something to mention, all of this prizes are actually funded by the LivePeer community grants, which is a decentralized node that's in the LivePeer community. So you know, this node gets rewarded by the protocol with in a decentralized way. No one is making a decision of how much is going towards this node. This node kind of just gets it from the protocol, and it has the mission of helping the community grow. So and if you want to continue working on your project, or if you have an interesting video streaming idea that you want to use LivePeer for, you can go to the community grants page and submit a grant proposal, and the community node will be reviewing those proposals and helping you to make your idea a reality, or help you continue to work on your idea.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much, Eric. Some great teams there. And thank you for your involvement. And decentralized video is something we've never had before in the hackathon. So it's been a delight to have you guys, and thank you for all your enthusiasm and support.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Awesome. Right. I can say that we have the judges are pretty much done, but we have two fantastic sponsors still to announce their prizes. So let's go to to Luno, to Sam, who I think is there. Sam,
yes, I am. Hey, Anthony.
So the Luno challenge was one I've been wanting for a very long time. It's a trading challenge. I know lots of students asked for this. It was extremely popular with lots of students engaging with it around the world. So Sam, let's hear the winners.
Cool. Yeah. So as you said, definitely very popular. So you guys probably know that Luno is a cryptocurrency exchange, and we set a very simple challenge. So over 2 months, we wanted to see which team created the best trading strategy and generated the most profit. And one team in particular kind of outshone, did a huge amount of volume, in fact, approaching almost 1 million USD in volume, and definitely generated the most profit as well. That team was I Am the Market, which is Amin Ahmed. It's a great job. And we also decided, the prize, by the way, is £1,000 for Amin. We also decided to give a second prize for a team which did a lot of volume. That was Team Imperial, composed of Manuj, Sanchit, Lukman, Shivam, and Devam. So great job, guys. But otherwise, yeah, as you said, Anthony, we had lots of teams participating. And actually, the top 7 teams did a lot of volume as well. We're really engaged. So we've decided to let you guys keep the balance, all your balances. So hopefully that means you can carry on trading and yeah, perfecting your trading strategies going forward.
Well, thank you, Sam, and it's been great to have Luno involved, particularly around your UK launch. And I know a lot of the students, well, I know for a fact they've loved being able to trade. So thank you very, very much for all your support, and Adam as well, who was awesome with helping all the students get their trading strategies working and engage with the Luno platform. So awesome stuff. Brilliant. Let us, for the last sponsor, last but certainly not least, we have Ryan from NewCipher. Ryan, are you there?
Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
Hey, so NewCipher were a returning sponsor. They were part of our first hackathon. Ryan also wins the award for the best background. That looks amazing wherever you are, Ryan. And he's gonna
yeah, Muskoka, Canada.
Challenge and prizes right now.
I'll make it quick because we just launched WorkLock and Telegram is a burning dumpster fire. So here we go. So those who don't know NewCipher, we build developer tools and cryptographic infrastructure for privacy preserving applications. We would like to thank obviously Anthony for setting this up, organizing it, and obviously all the participants and sponsors. So thank you very much. First place, we have awarded to LunaChat. They built a decentralized open source chat on NewCipher, so it is secure. So I would suggest checking that out if you're looking for a secure and then encrypted open source chat. LunaChat. Second place, we awarded to DSpotify. So they use NewCipher. It's, I think, of like a decentralized Spotify. Where they use the Audius protocol, but also RAID and the NewCipher on top of that. So with NewCipher, they use this for their access control layer to grant access to media content and then to revoke. Third place, we granted to NewCipher KMS. So they built utilities for NewCipher, which is pretty cool, with optional support for storage backends like IPFS, Arweave, CN, Skynet, etc. So thanks again for everyone who participated with the NewCipher bounty, and we look forward to having you in the next hackathon. Thanks, Anthony.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. And for anyone who wants to check out WorkLock, I highly recommend doing so. All those who engaged with NewCipher or didn't engage in NewCipher throughout the hackathon. And thank you all the sponsors for your immense generosity, hard work, support. And as I say, it really goes without saying, but we cannot run the hackathon without amazing sponsors offering amazing challenges and providing the technical support to mean that the hackers and the students can learn about blockchain, can get the most out of blockchain and have a great time. So thank you all. I'm immensely grateful. Awesome. Now I think we should announce the overall winners. Damer, do you want to be the announcer here? Are you there, Damer?
Hey everyone, how's it going? So Anthony was kind enough to leave me the honors of announcing the winners. So in standard fashion, let's go from third prize. So which goes to Bison. Did I pronounce it correctly? Or is it Bitten? Bitten or Biden?
I think Bison, but
okay. Well, in any case, they came at number 3. So congratulations to the team. Then in second place is NFT Financials. So the lending platform for borrowing against NFTs. So congrats, guys. And then at number 1, and the winner of the first summer edition of the Spark Hackathon, another lending platform. So I'm gonna hopefully pronounce this one correctly. Euler. So Euler is the winner of this year's edition. Congrats, guys. Well done. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Sam, for that fantastic announcement there.
You put me on the spot, kind of.
To everyone, all the participants, thank you very much for taking part, for your time and effort. For the prizes, I will write them up onto Medium as quickly as I can and publish those. I'll actually do a quick version on Discord for anyone that missed the prize announcements. I will be in touch about making sure you get all your prizes. And please, guys, we look forward to seeing future hackathons, in future events we do. And one last thank you, in the spirit of thank yous, judges, a huge thank you to you for your time and insight today. We know you're incredibly busy, especially in an ice bubble. So thank you for judging and engaging and for your time today. We very, very much appreciate it. Okay, right. We've been going an hour and a half. That seems like a good time to finish. Congratulations, Team Euler, Team Bison, Team NFT Financials, and all the prize winners and everyone for taking part. If anyone wants to speak to me, I'm on Discord. So feel free. And anyway, guys, thank you very much, and hopefully see you all soon.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, guys.